Everyone, so today we're talking about how children are a blessing, and this video was so much fun to research. I remember reading a lot of these Bible verses in Sunday school when I was a kid, and just being taught what our worth is and how much we are just treasured in God's eyes. And so, even though this is talking about children, of course we are the children of God, so it does talk about us as children of God and His sons and daughters. So the first Bible verse I want to start us off with is Psalms 127, 3-5. It says, "Children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from Him. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are children born in one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be put to shame when they contend with their opponents in court." Children are a blessing, not an inconvenience. They are a beautiful reward from God, a gift from the one who created them. And I really want to emphasize that. I feel like a lot of the times, sadly, people think of children as an inconvenience, that their life is over, or, they can't go and travel, they can't go and do all these things. Obviously, there are certain things that it's like, okay, reel it back in, like you are a parent, you need to be responsible, but, children are not an inconvenience. They are a blessing and they are a gift. So yeah, I just want to emphasize that. The next Bible verse I want to share with you guys is Psalm 139, 13-16. It says, "You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the dark of the womb. You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed." God made everything about us. He's even taken the time to number the hairs on our heads. I mean, each hair has been given a number. That such detail would normally be reserved for such important projects, right? That's how highly He thinks of us. We are worthy in His eyes and loved beyond measure. Psalm 37, 25-26 says, "I was young and now I am old, yet I have never seen the righteous forsaken, or their children begging bread. They are always generous and lend freely. Their children will be a blessing." Proverbs 17:6. "Grandchildren are the crowning glory of the aged. Parents are the pride of their children." So these two scriptures talk about how generations are blessed, just generation after generation, as long as they continue to love God and follow God and obey God. I can't help but think of my grandmothers and how much they influenced my life and influenced me growing up. I am just so thankful for the time that I had with them. It's kind of funny because I got my love for puzzles from my Nana, my love for baking from my grandmother, and my step-grandmother influenced me in how compassionate she was towards everyone she met, and how she was just such a joy and a light in everyone's lives. And I truly treasure the memories that I have with them. It's just, I don't know, I feel like with Mother's Day just passing, I feel like they've been on my mind a lot recently, so I just wanted to mention just how they influence my lives. And obviously they influence my lives more than just, encouraging me to love puzzles or to love baking. They influence my lives in other ways as well. But I know for me, I have a lot of memories of doing puzzles with my Nana, and my last memory with my grandmother, I baked a lemon loaf. It was her recipe, a lemon loaf for my mom that I was to bring back to her. And I just have so many amazing memories with them, and I know for me, they influenced my life a lot. And on my desk, I actually have a picture of each of them. I still plan to get one of my step-grandmother. I'm still trying to decide what photo I want. But yeah, I have a picture of each of my grandmothers because that is how much they influenced my life. And Also, the pictures just bring me joy seeing them. It just, happy memories. So, the next Bible verse I want to share with you guys is Matthew 18:10. It says, "See that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that their angels in heaven always see the face of my Father in heaven." I really look forward to the day that I am blessed with children and even the possibility of being blessed with them through adoption. Like, either or would be amazing. While writing notes for this video, I couldn't help but think of all the families that have gone through miscarriages, stillbirths, and adoption fell through, or even those of you who struggle with infertility. And my heart just aches for all of you, and just know that I'll be praying for all of you. I'm praying for all of you right now. And I just want to say that even though your child or children may not be here on this earth, just know that they are being held and loved by the one who created them. And no matter the amount of time these precious children were here for, they had an impact in your family's lives. And that's just a beautiful thing to remember. So my heart just goes out to all of you. And I hope that all of you are doing okay. So next Bible verse I want to share with you guys is Isaiah 49:15-18. It says, "Never can a mother forget her nursing child. Can she feel no love for the child she has borne? But even if that were possible, I would not forget you. See, I have written your name on the palms of my hands. Always in my mind is a picture of Jerusalem's walls in ruins. Soon your descendants will come back, and all who are trying to destroy you will go away. Look around you and see, for all your children will come back to you. As surely as I live, says the Lord, they will be like jewels or bridal ornaments for you to display." So, when we're talking about children in biblical times, I think that we can all think of one person who so desperately wanted to not only have a child, but to give her husband a child, that she'd be willing to do anything to achieve that. And that person is Sarah, and her husband is Abraham. I couldn't even imagine waiting as long as she did to have God bless her with a child. Honestly, waiting that long, props to her. That's amazing. And the Bible verse I want to show you guys is Genesis 17:15-19. And if you have not read the story of Sarah and Abraham, go and read it, especially Sarah. I think she's amazing, and just, being as patient as she was. Even though she tried to rush some things in her own way, being as patient as she was and as trusting of the Lord for that long, and just waiting for that blessing for as long as she did is just miraculous to me. So the Bible verse says, "Then God said to Abraham regarding Sarai, your wife, her name will no longer be Sarai. From now on her name will be Sarah, and I will bless her and give you a son from her. Yes, I will bless her richly, and she will become the mother of many nations. Kings of nations will be among her descendants." Then Abraham bowed down to the ground, but he laughed to himself in disbelief. "How could I become a father at the age of 100, he thought, "and how can Sarah have a baby when she is 90 years old?" So Abraham said to God, "May Ishmael live under your special blessing." But God replied, "No, Sarah, your wife, will give birth to a son for you. You will name him Isaac, and I will confirm my covenant with him and his descendants as an everlasting covenant." Could you just imagine knowing Sarah and finding out that she's expecting at 90 years old? Talk about sending shockwaves through the whole city and community. I honestly probably would have reacted the same way Abraham did, and I'm sure Sarah was just as shocked. And I'm sure there was a ton of unsolicited advice and opinions on her becoming pregnant at such an age, and the fear others felt for her. There was probably just a lot going on. They came to wreck the day with all their opinions and the fear and everything. But in all seriousness, this actually made me think about how we can let how others feel about the situation or circumstances that we are going through affect how we feel about it. So how somebody is feeling about our situation, sometimes we can let that kind of influence how we're feeling. Sometimes we can let that steal our joy or make us second guess ourselves or even doubt the plan that God has for us. But then God so effortlessly reminds us of the joy to come. And the last Bible verse that I want to leave you guys with is John 16:21. It says, "A woman giving birth to a child has pain because her time has come. But when her baby is born, she forgets the anguish because of her joy. Their child is born into the world." And, you know, just like I said, so effortlessly, God reminds us of the joy to come. And it's such a beautiful thing. And children are just such a blessing and such a reward. And they're just so precious and honored and just worthy of being loved and cherished and taken care of and protected. And yeah. Anyways, I would just like to wish a belated Happy Mother's Day to all of the moms out there, the grandmas, all of you. I hope you managed to get some me time. I know it's pretty tough to find, but you are so loved, and the work that you do is so appreciated, and the work that you do, even just around the house, is so important. You're taking care of your household. You are a Proverbs 31 wife, and you are just a wife and mother, and you are just so appreciated, and the work that you do is important. And with that being said, I do want to wrap up today's video. I don't want it to go too long, but children are just such a blessing, and I hope that this encouraged you. And yeah, like I said, Happy Mother's Day to all of you moms out there, and I thank you all for watching today's video, and God bless.